We are so very grateful for everyone taking the time out of their day to give us a quick listen, along with the show of support. You can find our full talks on Spotify, YouTube, and any of our quick clips and community chats on Facebook, Instagram, and we're even on TikTok. But you know what the real thing is? You should probably go and do your dishes. Okay, we're back.
We're back!
I'm Medina.
And I'm Melissa.
And this is the black and the white of it. And this week we are going to start off with delving into characteristics.
Yeah, we are. Your characteristics.
Why are you talking like that?
I don't know. How am I talking?
Stop it.
Because I'm excited.
So we're here today to exploit the characteristics of a Dinah.
Yes.
So let's get excited.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking like that, because I'm excited. So, tell me. What are your characteristics?
I'm a Dinah. I'm wonderful. I'm fantastic. I am just a light of life. I'm also very stubborn.
Keep going.
Wait, that was good.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Well, you are all of those things.
Oh, thank you.
But you're also brave and bold and strong-willed. Strong and strong-willed. Should I keep going? Do you agree?
This feels gross.
Good.
It feels gross. It feels gross.
I don't care. Do you think you're bold? Because if not, then we're on a whole
I
new
know
topic.
I'm bold.
Okay, great. So let's expand on that one.
Any of the characteristics that I see of myself, I've worked for and on for a very long time. So let's get real. I am bold in myself and in the things that I do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it how I want to do it. And if you don't let me do it, I'm going to figure out a way to do it.
Yeah, I said it.
I am unapologetically myself. So, like, what you see is what you get. There's no tailoring it to people. I mean, it'll be different. Like, I'm a little more kind with you because I don't want to fucking listen to you crying, right? I'm still gonna get my point across.
I will.
I get my point across, but like someone else that maybe I can like talk straight to, I'm gonna be able to talk straight to, and they're not gonna cry, and I'm still not gonna feel bad for what I said. There's that.
Okay. You are outspoken.
No, see, when I hear outspoken, I hear those yabbermouth people where they're just like constantly saying I'm right and you're wrong, and that's not how I operate. It's just like if you come and you try to speak against my character, there's no place for it. I'm gonna be like, no.
Okay.
Or if you try to kind of convince me of something that I'm very rooted in, no. Like there's none of that manipulative shit that's gonna be able to come here. And a lot of people don't like that, and that's okay.
You're not for me.
I'm still gonna sleep at night, as my daughters like to say. What else do I do? What else do I do? I don't spend a lot of time thinking about the characteristics that I think you're fishing for. Like, I don't worry about the things that I don't do right, and I put more focus on the things that I do. Nope. What the hell did I just say? I said that backwards, didn't I? I heard myself after. I don't focus on the things that I don't like about me, and I focus more on the things I do like about me. So I uphold them.
That is powerful.
Right? So like I know that I am like you just can't fuck with me. Like I know that. And I wake up in that. Like today, am I gonna worry about anybody what they gotta say? But fuck no. Why? Like why? You don't have any value in the space that I'm living. Like I've got enough of my own. I create my own shit. Like I don't need to bring you in on it. What else? What else do I do?
Lots. But I want to know what you.
That's my biggest one. That's the biggest one that I carry with me every single day. Like I literally wake up in it. Like today will be a not fucketh with a Dinah day. That is it. That is my testament to life. Like,
but you have days where you wake up and I get these insane voice messages of good morning. So not every day is you're not gonna mess with me day.
No, that's literally my baseline. Like literally
Oh,
I wake up and that's my baseline. And it's not like I'm gonna mess everybody up. It's just like I wake up and I'm like, I'm me. Like nobody else is gonna be able to come in here and tell me that I'm anything but me.
okay. So, um, okay. How did you get? Because you said it took a lot of work, right?
It took a lot of work. It took me a
So,
very long time to like myself. And like characteristics I think are built. They're not something that you're people are like, oh, that's just so and so, like that's just how they are. I'm like, yeah, they built that, they've chosen to be like that, that's a choice. Like me being outspoken, as you say, like I choose to be that way. I will not be silenced if I don't agree with it or if it's not in line with me. I'm not going to be one of your little like, hey, let's go. No, I'm not. I'm probably gonna sit the fuck down and be like, tell me more. You need to convince me of your shit. Like, convince me that.
because you're deep.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I think too much. I think way, way, way too much.
Yeah. Well, okay. I say yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Do you think it's a bad thing?
I think it's tiring.
Oh, I could see that.
It's tiring on my part, and it's also like it's tiring to know that other people don't put that much thought into things and their actions and how they might present themselves outside of them. Um, so like my biggest thing I hate hearing is I don't know. I don't know. You do fucking know. Did you not take like 2 seconds to think about it past the situation? You didn't? You're
Well,
just
sometimes no. So do you think do you think that's like a red flag in people who you have in your circle? Like
I
because
only have
I'm not
one person that says that in my life, and I want to smother them like every day.
okay, well, I hope that's not me. Um
Because it's just like I feel like if you're not willing to put that type of energy into what you're doing, you're not a very self-reflective person. And if you're not self-reflective, then you're not growing and you're not taking account for the things that you're doing. And I can't have people like that in my life. Like
okay, well, I'm still there, so it's obviously not me. Um I was waiting for a facial expression. It was gonna tell me all the things.
I held it there, guys. I held it. But I also think like the people that we meet in our life every day is a reflection of us, in some way, and you can either accept them or you can reject them. But
The
I think
people?
the people themselves, because
Okay.
and in the rejection, I feel like there should also be a lesson for ourselves. So like, I met you, and you're just like a big ball of fucking love, right? That is not part of me, and I wish that there was a space in me that could be like that. But like, I'm okay. That shit looks tiring. Like
So
I'm good. Like I want that, but I'm like, it's in its own little portable package. I don't need to carry it with me. I don't need to keep it. Like, you know what I mean? If I need a little bit of love, just call
take
Melissa.
it when I need it.
Yeah. And then there's like a and then there's people that I've met in my life, and like right away I'm like, oh my god, no way, that's not my person. I don't want to friggin' anything to do with them. And at times I'm able to step back and look at that person and say, okay, like this is what's bothering me so much, and it's because they're reflecting back that part that's in me. Um,
So you're
and
seeing a characteristic of yourself.
that I'm denying. And that's why it's making me so angry, because I want to reject that so hard and so much, but like I'm doing it myself. So when I came, like it took
Interesting.
me a very long time to be that kind of like introspective type of
Deep.
stuff. Yeah. Well, but once I did realize what that was, I was able to see it in myself, recognize it, and realize like if everybody else around them is seeing that, and that person is what I hate the most, I don't want to be seen like that. So like cut that shit out. Like slowly wean it out. Or like a liar, they just lie and they just and they're so in it and they don't realize that they're doing it, and like everybody around them, I see how that's around them, and like I don't want that. I want to be able to speak to people and them not have to fact check every goddamn thing I say,
That is very
and
cool.
like have some like faith in myself. and like confidence in what I'm saying. And yeah, it's a lot of people don't think like that. It bothers me.
Yeah, well, I've never thought like that. I think that like people come into your life and it shows. Is that what you wanted to say? I could hear it.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't have to. Um, I think that like people come into your life for a reason, and it's like
To show you, you,
yeah.
to
I
show
guess
you parts of you.
I just never figured that was the reason.
But that doesn't mean like that's a part of you, and like that is you. We choose our characteristics. It's not something that you just you can let things go and you can bring them in and you can get rid of them and I like your characteristics are not hard and fast.
So how do you think somebody gets to like a deeper level of like acknowledging, or maybe it's just that you have to be willing to accept what it is about that person that you dislike, that's like you have to accept or be open to see why or what it is.
Curiosity, being nosy.
Because like I think there's a lot of people who I've met in my life who have come and gone because I'm just like, no, like you're just not my person, and no. But I've never thought to like
Look at why.
yeah.
Why is that? Why is it that you're rubbing me so hard that wrong way?
Even there's people now in my life who
Oh, I know.
I'm like,
I've got messages and you're just like, this person, this bitch. And I'm like, okay, let's give her a few moments. Because, like, I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. The stuff that you're saying, but I'm like, okay, but what is it of this situation that's irking you so much to the core to give that kind of.
you know what? How do you figure that out?
How do you figure it out?
Yeah.
You don't like the feeling. I don't like giving people the emotional satisfaction. And that to me is a sense of control. You're able to come here and disturb me. Why? Why are you able to do that? And I'm going to make that shit stop. I also have control issues, so that's a characteristic. But
yeah.
It's huge for me. Like I need to have control to feel whatever. But that's where it stems from. I don't want you to have that power. Why? So that's
like
where
the power to bother you.
To bother me. Why do you bother me? Like what? Because there's got to be something there. And then when I came to that realization, I really started delving into it, and that's what came out was just like, that's because I do that. I do that, maybe not to the scale and for the same malice that they're doing it, but I don't want that. I don't want that
to rethink like my entire existence over here. I just wanted to know why you're so great.
You're welcome. But like,
jeez.
No, yeah. See, this is what I mean by I think too deep. But and you're right. There's nothing wrong with it, but it makes it that much more overwhelming to meet people. Like
well, understandably so, because shit, you're nitpicking them apart from the minute they say hi.
You can't say nitpick though, because there's people that right off the bat I'm like, yeah, I could talk to you. You're very at ease, and and you present well. Over time, you come to get to know somebody, and their real characteristics come out.
Yeah.
But by that time that ugly part of them rears its head, you've already established like a patience with them. You've already established like an understanding of them, and you can step back and still like, okay, this is what it is, and this is
interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, like we've only like what 3 years in. Yeah, I still like
just
you.
About. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not the one she wants to smother everything. So I'm winning.
But there's characteristics of you that I see, and I'm like, no, thank you. And there's other stuff I'm like, oh, okay. Like that's something that I would like to try to bring on. Very small, like your love stuff. Like I'm getting there.
Well, and I feel like you have. Like
I'm a lot more soft.
I like to think that I've like softened you up.
To be clear, towards my kids.
And me. And me, because I need it.
Yeah, your characteristics are built. They're chosen, and that's just like there's no other way around that. So to say those people that you meet and they're like, yeah, that's just them. No, honey.
You don't think there's ever, because like there's like in kids, like when do you think that these characteristics are built? Why do I keep messing up that word? Oh my gosh.
They're built now. Like
now as an adult, or now as
they're being built now. So
okay, so how do you foster these characteristics like all your amazing positive characteristics into your girls.
By example, most definitely. There's sometimes when I'll be out and I'll say something, and even my oldest will look at me like, and I'm like, why can't I say that? Why can't I do that? Or she'll do
All the time. I'm like, did you just say that? And yes, she did.
like, and there's a tact. We're not saying stuff out for shock value. We're not saying stuff out to just be rude or nosy. We're like, I genuinely, truly want to know. So I'm just not afraid of people. Like, I'm not afraid to ask you things or to say things. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm still going to sleep at night.
Yeah.
But I learned something new. I know to keep my ass away from you. Or like, you've got more that I want to learn. But for my girls, they like to see that, to see their mom do that, I think is a really big deal.
Yeah.
And then when they do things and when it warrants it, to empower it, and to speak life into them. I had a lot of adults in my earlier years that did not do that. And I took on a lot of the things that they did say to me, and I became them. And at another point in my life, I somehow got so lucky, and I had a group of adults that spoke life into me. And I wanted to be those things. I didn't see them. Like, they would say I was nice. I did, like, I was so good for the community, and you know, I was strong, and I was like resilient, and I wanted to be those things so badly that like I practiced them and I did them, and I became them. It kind of got dicey a little bit, I think, in my 20s because I was doing both. I was
Okay.
being those nasty things, like I was still that nasty, and then I was this person that like, this is who I really want to be.
Yeah.
And I didn't come into like the actual like life that was spoken into me until I started to realize these people and them reflecting back to me these characteristics that I had picked up that I was trying to bury, but I wasn't getting rid of them.
Right. You still had one foot in.
I wasn't forsaking them.
Right.
Because
Okay.
that's literally what you have to do. You have to forsake the parts that you don't want in order to be able to fully become the other parts that you are. Right? So, yeah, I think I have a lot of great characteristics, and we can sit here and label them off if you want, but I think that's uncomfortable and it's unneeded, because your characteristics are going to be the things that you speak life into.
So you're welcome to all of you, because this is, everybody needs some deep Adina advice or opinions or whatever. Just words. It's just words that you just speak, and it's like everybody needs somebody like you in their life. So you're welcome. I brought her to you.
No.
In small increments.
But like, characteristics for you.
No, we're not getting into that today.
Excuse me. This is the black and the white of it. So we're gonna need some white. Like, tell me what you think for characteristics for yourself. Were they?
I think they're all opposite of what yours are. I don't think I'm bold.
That's too bad. That's unfortunate.
But I don't think that's a bad thing.
I think it is. So you don't think you're bold? So if anybody were to come up to you and be like, Javon can't go to outdoor school anymore,
No.
you would speak against that,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So you're bold.
Okay.
Yeah, see what I mean?
So I think it's all going to be in like perception.
No, it's not. It's what you choose. Because you've already chosen to
But
be
your
bold.
definition of bold to my definition of bold is going to differ.
What's your definition of bold? Because if upstanding for your child because someone else told you no is not bold, it definitely is.
Okay.
So,
True.
do you know what I mean? You're putting action into the bold. Have you accepted the bold? Probably not. But because you don't accept it doesn't mean that you're not bold. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I have to rethink my whole entire existence after this conversation.
But like, okay, so at the beginning I was telling you I don't place any time on the negative parts of my characteristic because there's no time for it. There's no place for it. Why would I worry about my negative characteristics when I have so much to build on my good? Right? But that doesn't mean that I can't have someone come to me and be like, Adina, you're being a bit much. I'll be like, okay. Either I choose to accept that or I'm gonna continue.
Well, I feel like you're like, cool, take it or leave it.
Sometimes, but yeah, it's characteristics is built. You build it. Are the ones that you hold dear to you now your own, or are they from your past that you're still kind of carrying with you now?
I don't know, man. I think I'm like in the early stages of building, to be completely honest with you, after this conversation. Like, because I think like a lot of the characteristics that you have, and like I don't know if you can be good at a characteristic, but like I feel like there's some characteristics that you're really good at doing these things that I like I look up to those. So it's like when I say that like everybody comes into your life for a reason, it's like I feel like well there's lots of reasons that you came into my life and that we got so close so quickly, but a lot of those things I feel like I'm learning, and it's not even like a you do something and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is what I learned from it." But I think just like the same way that you're utilizing it for your girls or showing your girls with your actions, I'm taking the same lessons that you're showing your girls. That might sound really like immature,
Fangirlish?
maybe.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm doing the same thing with you. Because, like, you've taught me to be a lot softer with people. I feel like, even though I still avoid people as best I can,
But you don't, which is the best part of all of
it's
it.
so confusing.
It really is.
Like I love to be by myself. I like there's so much up here that I just. But then here I am on a fucking podcast. Why?
Because you don't have to be around them. They're just listening to all these great things you have to say, but you don't have to be around
Oh, I
them.
never thought of it like that. Okay. But yeah, no, I tend to stick to myself. But I know a lot of people.
Yeah, you do.
I know a lot of and yeah, but
It's very interesting. Now I need to go rethink my entire existence. So I'm going to go do that.
but let us know how characteristics show up in your life, and maybe you'll take a look at the people around you now.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You should.
I'm going to.
All those people that you want to like snuff out, go hang out with them. Buy them a coffee.
Yeah, sounds like
really
a great
look
time.
at. Yeah, man, I would buy them a coffee. I've done it.
Yeah, smart. And I want to know too, like how often or like have you ever thought about what characteristics make you? Like what makes you? It's something that I don't think many people think of, especially people with young kids.
Which is very unfortunate because you should.
Yeah, and embrace them, all of them,
Some of them,
most of them.
some of them. Okay, bye.